Today we'll be discussing about self-defense. So today I just want to explain to you about what self-defense means to me, okay, and a bit more about the law side of it, especially in this country. I'm not sure about other countries as such, but you can check it online to check regarding what country you're at. Okay, so for me, self-defense is very, very important because you learn it for your own security. So you have it just in case you have to use it, then you can use it. Okay, but self-defense, I believe everyone should learn how to defend themselves. It's very important, and especially at this time and how things are, it's just very, very, I can't stress how important it is to learn to defend yourself. And not only are you defending yourself, you're defending your family or your friends. These days they come at you with knives, guns, maybe baseball bats, or an iron bar as such. Whereas in the olden times, even from far back when I can remember, back in the 80s, you used to have like fist fights, so that's how you used to deal with things. But even to this day, in this day and age, you can't go around having fist fights because obviously, if you punch someone, you're gonna be in trouble with the law, basically. So, but if someone comes at you with a knife, you are allowed to defend yourself to the best of your ability, because at the end of the day, you don't want to get stabbed, So you have the right to defend yourself. If someone comes at you with a knife and you got your hands, okay. So like I say, best things to do if someone comes at you with a knife is run. Okay, if you can't run, then use what is necessary to defend yourself. Okay, so if someone comes at you with a gun, same thing. Okay, you can take it a notch higher, because obviously again, you're unarmed and you've got no choice but to be able to defend yourself. Okay, like I said again, if someone comes at you with a gun, just take it out, give your wallet to him, or give your phone to him. But the thing is, he might shoot you, even. So you got to have that killer instinct, and that to a degree have the backbone to be able to defend yourself if you have to defend yourself. Otherwise, you just be like another statistic. And then it's no good. Okay, so I believe, like I said, I'm not 100% sure about the other laws, and the UK law, I do believe that if someone comes at you with a knife to attack you or kill you, you are allowed to do what is necessary to keep yourself not getting killed or maimed. So, martial arts and self-defense, the difference between it. Martial arts is obviously different combative movements, and it can be very stylized. Okay, it can look very nice. It can look very pretty. Whereas self-defense is more learning, the pressure points, the locks, wrist locks, and how to use the elbow strikes, and where to hit the person to completely immobilize them, to take them down. In martial arts, we do learn these movements, but sometimes, depending on who's teaching you, they won't explain to you what it's for. Okay, what is this movement for? So they won't explain. So you be doing it in the air, not knowing what it's for. And then again, what's the most important thing is that you take that knowledge from the martial art, you make it your own, and then you spar with it. Okay, so you use it in sparring. Okay, so you use it to test it. Okay, so that's the part of the self-defense side of things, because when you do self-defense, you actually do test it, you pressure test it to see if it works. Martial arts training, like I said, it can be quite flowery, depending on what style you do. It can, like I said, can look very dynamic, can look strong, but self-defense training is completely different in my opinion, because self-defense is just getting right down to the nitty-gritty and learning how to survive in an urban area. So the basic tactics to know how to get away from a situation. which is very important. Whereas martial art, there's mysticism to it. Sometimes you get instructors saying, "Oh, there's some secret techniques that they're going to share with you." Blah blah blah. There's no secret techniques in anything, especially martial art. They just say that to keep you in. I don't care what style it is. The moment someone says to you, "Oh, there's a secret technique to make you this," this secret technique is training. You have to train hard. You have to put your mind, body, and soul into training. That's the secret. Although there's no other secret. There's no like magic to go, and then you're top martial artist or self-defense maestro. It doesn't work like that. It takes hard work, self-defense, and also pressure testing it with 1 or 2 or 3 different people to see if the techniques work. Reality-based training is being able to react at that much split second. When someone comes at you, you react straight away. It's having training your awareness training. So you training your awareness, and also you training. It's almost like how can I say? It's almost like being able to see straight on. But the thing is your vision becomes more. So when you're walking, you don't just see a little bit. Most people walk. When they're walking, they look and they see that. Whereas when you're walking, your awareness should be everywhere. So it's like a scan. So remember that. So always scanning everything around you. Okay, so that's how you should walk when you're walking. Not to a point where you're like paranoid. Yes, I've been in a few physical confrontations where I've had to defend myself. Yeah, I think self-defense training has really helped me in that aspect. Doing the martial arts in the past, like say judo, taekwondo, Wing Chun, those essences of doing them training did help me as well. But doing JKD really opened my eyes to reality-based self-defense. It really did. And I can see where Bruce Lee was taking it. I can see where he was drawing his sources from and what he was doing. So to me, what he was doing is a genius, because he took out all the flowery stuff and made a really good system and style fighting method that works for street survival. And now I've kind of taken that on board, and that's why I come in with my urban combat, and that's how I'm going to be pushing it forward, where there is no such there's no forms, there's no just getting down to the nitty gritty and making sure that you survive in an urban street situation. If you get attacked by 1 or 2 or 3 people, you know how to put them down straight away. Pressure points, all these other things, destructions, wrenches, yeah. So all these things are in my urban combat. So in my situation, I've been in a few situations where I tried to get away from it. I had a friend of mine with me, and before where we were down the beach, and we were set upon by eight guys, that were wanting to bash our heads in, basically. And so I did what I had to do, and we got out of it. But he got a scar from this cheek to this cheek. I mean, he was lucky he didn't lose his eye at that time. But that was a very traumatic experience for both of us, really, and I wasn't expecting that to happen. And I remember trying to talk myself out of it and trying to talk them down, but it wasn't working. And there was nowhere to run either, except into the beach, but it was so cold, and we would have frozen to death. So so at that point, I had to really calm myself down, and I found that meditation really helped me. Also the spiritual side of martial arts is very important, because that's the meditation side, that's the calmingness side, being able to be calm, not using what you learn to go out there to hurt another human being. That's not where martial arts is at. And any martial artist who thinks like that is not even a martial artist. Whereas in self-defense, because in martial arts, there's a lot of different elements of it that you can take on board. I believe, and I always have, that every single martial art has something very special to offer. all the way from judo, Japanese jiu-jitsu, taekwondo, Wing Chun, karate, aikido, BJJ, JKD. Every style has something very good to offer. Muay Thai. It's all, you can take the best bits from everything and then make it your own. Put your own stamp on it. Okay, so for me, going back to the self-defense side of things, what happened to me is you can either freeze in this kind of situation. If you get attacked, you can either freeze and be in shock and get stabbed or shot or whatever, or you can calm your mind down, calm it down, and then attack straight away. And then that's the key. You have to just really go for it. You have to be strong in the mind and heart. Have the heart. That's the key. Okay. Yeah. So online bullies, and being bullied online and offline. Bullying is not a good thing. It's the worst thing you could do. For me, bullies are cowards. Online or offline. I see several people saying really nasty things about other martial artists. There's no point. If you want to be behind your computer typing away like that with your fingers, you're basically just training your fingers, which is pretty good for finger jab probably, but you don't want to do that. Just go out there and do your own training and develop yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, because you can do it. You can do it. You don't have to be in there putting someone down or putting someone else down. This is it's a personal journey. Martial arts, boxing, fencing. It's a personal journey. Okay, so it doesn't matter who's around. Okay, because it's you and your spirit. Okay, like I said, you're training your spirit from the inside, and then you're bringing it out. You flourish it. It's like a flower being born. Yeah, it's like when we're born. Same thing, same process. And then, like I said, you will also make mistakes. Okay, you will make mistakes. We all make mistakes. In life, we make mistakes. In our training, we'll make mistakes. Okay, but you have to learn from it. Okay, you have to learn from it and say, yeah, I made a mistake. Right. Okay, let's move on. Okay, I won't do that again. All right, this is it. This is it. My advice on staying calm and focused is, again, going back to doing a bit of Tai Chi, maybe doing some Tai Chi or meditation. Qigong helps a lot. It helped me a lot. When I worked with my godmother, Phoebe Lee, she taught me how to, which is Bruce Lee's sister, by the way, she taught me how to do the Tai Chi, which was the Yang style Tai Chi, and that made me very calm and relaxed. And she taught me a lot of what her father learned, and also what Joe Bruce Lee learned as well, which helped him as well with keeping himself calm and relaxed. Yeah, so I'd like to thank you very much for today, and I hope you enjoyed my podcast. My next podcast, number 3, will be on my Urban Combat JKD. So I'll be discussing more about what my Urban Combat JKD is and what it consists of, and going more deeper into it. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's podcast, and my best wishes to you always. And keep training and keep the faith, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.